Westside 89.6 FM.
What's going on, Westside? What's going on, Westside? Stevie in the house, and I've got Chris DLima here as well. Say hello, Chris. What's going on?
You alright, guys?
Yes. So I'm going to be interrogating him, I think is the best word to be using.
Oh, God.
Yes. Basically, if you didn't know, a little while ago we had a little bit of a competition in Ealing Broadway, and basically whoever won got a chance to collaborate with a little bit of Lovable Rogues and also master one of their tracks. Unfortunately, Chris didn't win, but
it was a fix.
It was a fix. Yeah, I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it. At the end of the day, I'm not happy with it. But you know what? I love his music, and I've been sort of following him on Facebook and Twitter as well, and watching his videos on YouTube, and I've been falling in love with his music. Hence the reason why he's here today. We're going to have a little bit of chat with him. We're going to interrogate him, as I said, and then he's going to play a couple of his tracks, one man in his guitar style. So, Chris, let's start it. Let's just start it raw, mate. Just start it raw. How did you start? How did you become where you are now?
Well, I originally started when I was about 8 years old playing piano, and I got to grade 1.
Great.
And I thought,
loving it.
I thought, this is all right. I'll try some other stuff. So I started the cello. That one,
yeah, as you do.
Yeah,
as you do.
That one took off a bit more, and I got to grade 7 with that before I gave up. I had enough of it after grade 7. I had my fill.
So piano and cello just didn't do it. Yeah, fair enough.
And then when I was about 12, 13, my dad had always played guitar. He was in a band when he was younger, and we just had this old guitar in the house, and that was around the time where I started getting into, bands and listening to current music and stuff. So I just picked up, and I tell you, this guitar was so old. The strings were about an inch away from the fretboard. It was so hard to play. But I think in a way, that being my first guitar was such good practice, because it was so hard to play. When I got an actual good guitar, it was so easy. So it was a great start for me. So yeah, my dad, taught me the first basic chords, and I just couldn't stop playing it. Every day I was practicing my chords, and then started, learning songs, like learning my favourite songs, and
doing cover versions, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And started a band with the guy across the road from me.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. So you were next door. So that's good, because a lot of people, they travel around the UK. You know what I mean? And sticking ads on certain websites and stuff like Gumtree.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking for band member, but he's across the road. That's not too bad, is it?
It was so easy.
Oh, awesome. So your first band, what was it called?
We're called the Purple Shots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I saw a little bit on YouTube, but just tell us how did you start? What sort of music did you play?
Yeah, well, we sort of formed over our mutual love of the Chili Peppers, really, because we're all into different styles of music, but the one
that's the best way to be, though.
The one central focus that we all loved, all our favourite band, was the Chili Peppers.
Awesome.
And it was quite nice, because me and the guy across the road, we were like best friends from when we were young. I got a guitar, and then he was considering getting drums, and I said to his parents, like, yeah, get him a set of drums, and we can start a band.
Awesome.
He thought I was joking, but I was like, no, let's do it. And then
is it one of those drunk conversations? Right, I've got this brilliant idea. Let's just do it, man.
Yeah, drunk when we were 13.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. You know what I mean?
And then there was another guy at school who I was chatting to, and he said he wanted to be a DJ, and his parents were going to buy him some decks. And I was like, why don't you come along for a band practice, and you can play my dad's bass?
Getting every side of music, eh? Wonderful.
Yeah, and so he came along, and he picked up the bass, and it was a right-handed bass, and he's left-handed. But my dad showed him the basics and stuff, and since then he hasn't been able to put it down, and that's how it started. And
fantastic.
We're still going to this day. And it's been a bit difficult the last few years, because we've all been at uni in different cities. But hopefully, as soon as the guys finish, because I'm finished uni now, but as soon as the guys finish, we'll crack back on and get on with that as well.
Up.
Yeah,
exactly. So obviously, you're not in the band at the moment. So you obviously went to university. So you've gone solo.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that. When did you go solo? What sort of music do you play?
Well, I mean, the band is still going, and we're doing a few gigs every now and then. But
awesome.
As I say, it's difficult because we're so far away. But the reason why I decided I had to go solo as well was because I'd finished uni and the other guys were still there, and I thought, I'm going to take this seriously now. This is what I want to do.
You obviously made a big impression.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? You're here and chatting to me now.
Yeah.
So, and that's when you were doing it on your own. So, and I'm really interested to see some more stuff from you.
Yeah, it was about a year ago though when I finished uni, and so in the past year I've come on leaps and bounds really. Got a big YouTube fan base, and then building it up on Facebook and Twitter, getting obviously radio interviews and stuff. Of course. Been chatting with a couple of labels recently. So. Oh,
awesome! So chat a couple of labels. What happened there?
Well, just they saw my stuff, called me in for a meeting. Like there's about 2 or 3 that I've been talking to. It's all very low key at the moment. They're sort of checking out my stuff, and I'm sort of checking out them, see if it's a good fit. But hopefully in the next couple of weeks, something will happen, and maybe it'll click with someone.
Fingers crossed, dude.
Yeah, that'll be the next step.
So I've been listening to his music on YouTube, and I just really want to know. Obviously, everybody wants to know. Are they, where'd you get your inspiration? Where'd you get your inspiration? How do they based on true stories? A tour of London, for example.
Yeah.
Is this date? Did you really push her in the water and stuff like that? I really want to know.
No, it kind of is. It's all based on sort of my thought, just general honest thoughts, which sometimes can be embarrassing thoughts, but I think it adds something to it. If you have that honesty in your music, then people can relate to it, and it creates that connection there. So Tour of London it's based on a few stories put together. So like when I was at uni at Leeds, and every time my housemates from Leeds would come down to London, they'd want to see the sights.
Of course, so, but you've seen it.
Yeah. So I'd always have the standard tour I'd do.
Of course.
Which would start in Trafalgar Square, go down the Mall towards Buckingham Palace, divert through St James Park, all these sort of things, end up in Hyde Park.
Yeah.
And which is exactly how the song goes. So it's the true story is taking my friends out there, but the song is about making it a bit of a date.
Sure.
Which I think is a nice date.
No, it is a nice date. Yeah, it is a nice date for all the girls that don't live in London, whatever. Because obviously at university you're going to meet girls from all over the UK and stuff like that, and they're not going to know London very well. So you're going to be wanting to show them the sights and
of
go,
course.
I know my stuff.
I'm a real Londoner.
I'm a real Londoner. I'll show you. You know what I mean? You like me for my accent and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You're all right, darling. So yeah, Tour of London. If you haven't heard it, it's absolutely amazing. I believe you're going to show us a little snippet of it and stuff. You're going to play it now for me.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome. So right, this is Chris DLima with Tour of London. He's just going to do he's just going to prep his guitar, I believe. Have you prepped it? Are you all done and dusted?
Yeah, it's all tuned.
It's all tuned. Lovely. So this is Chris DLima with One Man and His Guitar. Tour of London. Here we go.
On those rollerblades with your leg warmers, it's such a bloody hot day. Well, you look kinda cool, there's a pun in there somewhere, as you skate past me with the sun in your hair. Would you like an ice cream with an extra flake? Shall we meet in Leicester Square or Trafalgar Square? No, yeah, let's meet there, and we'll go to the National Gallery, but we won't go in. We'll climb the lions and sit next to the fountains, and I'll pretend to push you in, but I probably won't. We'll go St James's Park, detouring from the Mall. We'll play in the kids area, under 11s only, we'll go to hell. Walk past the palace, see memorials, get to Hyde Park Corner, it's a whole new world. Would you like to hire a pedalo? Float out into the middle of the lake and just let go. Whoa. Let me take you on a tour of London. Come with me, yeah, it will be so much fun. You bring the picnic, I'll bring the booze. Light a couple of candles, we'll set the mood. Maybe one day I can walk you down the Thames, see the London Eye, Parliament and Big Ben. Then we'll get lunch somewhere nice, good but not overpriced. How about a gallery, but only if it's free? Do you like modern art? Well, is it really art? Nope. Let me take you on a tour of London. Come with me, yeah, it will be so much fun. You bring the picnic, I'll bring the booze. Light a couple of candles, we'll set the mood. Let me take you on a tour of London. Come with me, yeah, it will be so much fun. Just bring yourself, I'll take care of the rest. Oh my God, aren't I the best?
Oh snap! Oh my god! It was quite funny as well because he was playing it. I know, obviously, I've been listening to it a little while, so I've been sort of singing along with him, like as he was playing it right in front of me. I was trying not to make him laugh about that. So you're probably all thinking, I don't know about you, but when I listen to his music and I sort of listen to him on YouTube and listen to him right now, it reminds me of sort of first love situations. Sort of, you know, when you just meet that girl and you just want to be around them all the time, that honeymoon period, and you just want it to last forever and ever and ever. You want to hang out with them, text them all the time, like become really obsessive, not in a creepy way, but like in a really nice, I'm falling in love with this girl sort of way. You know, love in first sight. So is that how it comes? Is that how you want it to come across, or? Well,
yeah, that's a nice way. It's very nice to hear that, but I think I'm a very emotional guy.
Same.
But a lot of it, the inspiration just comes from, you know, my thoughts, and you know, when I think a lot about nice scenarios and common situations and things, I sit down and I come up with a tune firstly, usually on my guitar, and I think, oh, what does this sound like? It sounds like this sort of situation, and so I put myself in that place. I'm thinking, how do I feel? And that's how my lyrics come across. That's why, you know, I think they're very real, because I put myself in that situation and think, right, if I was there, what would I be thinking? What would I be saying? What would I be feeling? And that's why I think people can relate to it so nicely.
No, exactly. Well, I definitely relate to it. I love the modern art bit. I always have the little giggle.
Yeah, it always gets a bit of a smile.
Exactly. They have in.
It's crazy.
Would you really? I remember seeing one of them. It was a guy sitting on a bench, naked or something like that, and he was just sitting there, but not on the actual bench. He's sitting on the backrest of the bench, and there was a fire.
Okay.
Like
big meaning there.
I don't know what that means. I don't know. I don't know what that means. What he's just? I don't know. He's just building a fire.
It's very deep, mate.
I have no idea.
You're nowhere near deep enough to understand this sort of
I'm obviously
stuff.
not. I'm obviously not intelligent enough to understand the basics of his idea.